This little car is no ordinary car. No gas, no electricity, running on foot, brake with heel. The more people in the car, the faster it runs. Every place is good, but my legs are a bit tired. Working hours each day depends on the weather. When there is sunlight, the alarm clock will gather light rays to burn the rope. Let the stone tied at the end of the rope fall on the head. After waking up, go to the elephant's trunk to bathe, then use the baby crocodile to shave. The wife brought out a huge stone pan, cracked a delicious and nutritious dinosaur egg. Fred is a professional dinosaur tamer specializing in excavators. The company also gave him a dinosaur thigh. Just finished eating it. Working from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now this bird will scream. Fred slid right down the dinosaur's tail, slamming into the legged car, and quickly go to the gate to swipe the card. Pull out the employee card to protect your teeth. The end of a working day. After work, he went to the recreation room. First, let the frog breathe into your hand to increase the friction. Hold the ball firmly with both hands. Raise your butt, lift your toes, and take small steps. That way you can throw the ball firmly and properly. As soon as I got home, my wife Wilna reported that the water pipe was blocked. Fred heard this and immediately ran into the kitchen, pulled the curtain. You can tell this pig has a stomach problem. Fred didn't say much, stuck his hand in his throat and stirred, and finally pulled out a chicken leg. He then made him release his dropped watch inside. Wilna even asked him where all the money was in the house. Seeing his wife asking for money, Fred had to tell the truth. My good brother Barney was about to adopt a child, so he lent the money. When Wilna heard that, she didn't blame him, but praised him for being meaningful. The next day, they got on the bus and jogged to the welfare hospital. It took a few hours for the dean to pick up a baby. Barney and his wife rushed to see. Everyone froze. Why is it a chimpanzee? My family can't keep it. Sorry for the mistake. This belongs to the two grandparents next door, and this is the child of two people. Does it have a name yet? Bam Bam. What's your full name? Bam Bam Bam. Come here, little baby. Let's see. One day the company held a promotion contest. The boss announced, whoever gets the first prize will be promoted to the workshop. Fred finished listening. His mind was full of images when he reached the top of his life. Before the exam, you have to sharpen the pen so that you can do the test later. When the proctor turned the hourglass back, the candidates immediately flipped the exam paper on the stone. Fred was bewildered. He didn't know what to say, looking at everyone else's hard work. Even chimpanzees don't stop. I was so angry that I suddenly remembered the catchphrase. 2 long sentences, 2 short sentences. Choose B. 3 long sentences, 1 short sentence. Choose D. Long and short don't match. Choose C. Time is running out. Fred worked so hard that he was sweating profusely. The guardian declares the contest over. Barney helped Fred with his papers, but when he saw that Fred wrote more words than me, I shuffled the post and gave it to the proctor. It didn't take long for the results to come. Fred knew he couldn't do it, so he decided to leave first, but the director announced he was ranked first and promoted to the position of director. Fred wears stripes and ties. The new boss directly fired the last ranked person, Barney. The old car used to be a bit tired, so I had to change to this old Ferrari. Every time you withdraw money, it's a bag. Everyone who looks at it must be amazed. The house is also gradually building up. All the household appliances are replaced with new ones. Even the elephant trunk used for bathing has to be redecorated. Lawnmower must be fully automatic. Not even tolerating the pig that has worked for them for free for 30 years. But always replace the new child more productive. Meanwhile, Barney is extremely pathetic, having a hard time finding a job as a test car. Who would have thought that the car brakes were so hot that the heel of the car was on fire, but the car still didn't stop. Difficulties pile up even more. After recovering from illness, Barney went to work as a waiter. Fred met him again sarcastically. Make me mad? Take out the tablecloth and leave. Suddenly Barney saw the news. All employees in the factory were laid off. Yet Fred doesn't know anything. When the big stacker pulled a document truck, it was all contract cancellations. I didn't even look at it, but signed it all. Barney was extremely disappointed in him, immediately turned around and slapped him. After that, the whole family packed up their things in the night and drove away in the car. Fred opened the safe he found in the documents. As expected, he was tricked by his boss. News about the boss who carelessly dismissed all employees to the top of the search. Fred disguised himself to hide in the underground lair. Unexpectedly, I met a pig that I just kicked out of the house not long ago. The chance for revenge came. It opened its mouth and let out a scream. Fred's disguise was immediately exposed. Everyone tied a rope to the tree. The unemployed workers pulled him for a quick trial. Just then, Barney passed by. "Do you want to eat ice cream?" Have. Seeing that Fred was arrested, Barney quickly got out of the car and said his name. "So there's another rope on the tree right away." Barney has successfully participated in a combination of couples going to heaven. In the midst of that life and death moment, the two sisters came driving on foot. The thing is, the brakes couldn't make it in time, so it hit the tree and knocked it over. Wilnut put the recording bird on the cliff. The naked bird perfectly narrated the recording at the time. At this point, everyone realized that they had wrongly blamed Fred, so they let them go. As soon as they got home, they saw the mess inside as if there was a thief in. Fred found the letter the boss left. "If you want to save 2 children, bring the bird to exchange." The next day, they arrived exactly as promised. But unexpectedly, after getting the bird, the boss swallowed his word and activated the agency. The wheels began to spin. The large axes began to cut down the large stones. Seeing that the children were being taken away, the 2 men hurriedly went to the office. But they trampled on each other and still can't stop. 2 children are getting closer and closer to danger. Barney lay right on the catapult, but they couldn't control the force, so it made me rush to the opposite rocky mountain. Then he braked with his face, finally reaching the children. Was about to get excited for a moment. Oh. At the same time, the boss took the bird away and was bitten by it. So birds fly ahead and people run after. Fortunately, in the end, Fred fixed all the parameters of the shooting machine. Just destroyed the agency that saved you and Barney. Because the machine was broken, a large amount of soil and rocks spilled out, hitting the boss who couldn't run. Thus a sculpture was born. The chairman is very satisfied with this change. So happy that he promoted Fred to CEO. "I'm so happy to hear that. I forgot Newton's law," but immediately calmed down and rejected the president's good intentions, saying, "I'm not interested in money anymore. I just want to live a beautiful life with my wife and children."